Here's my medical approach. I looked at Kyrie's ankle last night, and it wasn't swollen.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He got his normal treatment after the game. He was able to stay in and play. He speculated that that it would be sore today, and maybe it'll have an effect tomorrow. He didn't even know what it was going to be until he woke up. It's not a debilitating injury that would keep him out games and games and games. That's the thing. Kevin Love went through his normal post-game routine last night. He has intermittent back issues he's had for years now. There was anything special, but, you just got to keep an eye on it. But I do think the Cavs have impetus, Rich, to finish the series tomorrow night. The Warriors are resting. Last year, people forget, the Warriors played a grueling 7-game series with the Thunder going into the finals, and the Cavs had a couple of extra days of rest. And I felt like that conference finals series caught up with the Warriors at the end. Those last couple of games, I felt the Cavs looked fresher. Well, the Warriors are going to have the rest advantage on the Cavs this time around, and the difference between winning tomorrow and winning on Saturday is the difference between maybe getting a day or two off to totally rest before you start practicing ahead of the finals.
You're listening and watching Brian Windhorst and the Honda Insider Report from ESPN right here on the Rich Eisen Show. Then I guess let's front load the conversation. Who guards Durant? How does this matchup go down when we all finally get to see it as we expect?
Yeah, that's the big, gigantic difference between this year and last year, Durant, right? I mean, sort of obvious. But last year, the Cavs were able to sort of hide LeBron on Iguodala or Harrison Barnes, and it wasn't because they didn't need him. It freed him up to be more of a free safety. They just didn't guard those dudes and let him shoot, and then LeBron was able to make plays elsewhere. You can't do that against the Warriors now. They are the most dynamic offensive team probably in league history. Although having said that, the Cavs have actually been better offensively in the playoffs than the Warriors have, if you can believe that. And these first few rounds, there's been a lot of times where the Cavs have focused on the opposing team's stars, Paul George, DeMar DeRozan, Isaiah Thomas for the early part of this series, and the ball gets swung out of their hands and it ends up in the hands of these second and third level role players on the backside, and they've been missing. The C.J. Miles, Monte Ellis, Miles Turners of the world in round one, Norman Powell and Patrick Patterson and Serge Ibaka in round two, and then. Even in this round, the Celtics have been better shooting those open shots, but still not great. Next round, the ball gets rotated around. It's going to a guy who might be going to the Hall of Fame. And even JaVale McGee, you make 3 passes and you can give JaVale McGee a dunk. He will penalize you if you don't guard him. So it's going to be an extraordinary challenge for the Cavs defensively in the next round. The biggest challenge that this team's ever had.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on radio stations across the country and audience.
If you liked some of that, get some more of that on the Rich Eisen Show app. Follow all the information you see right here on the Rich Eisen Show.